Also, there was one other bit of NVIDIA news this week that we haven't talked about yet, and that is that the new 50 series cards appear to not have support for older titles that use PhysX. So they have no 32-bit PhysX support, meaning that if you want to play something like Batman Arkham Asylum, you're going to be stuck running PhysX on CPU, which even on modern CPUs is really tough. Now, we were talking in writers' meeting today about alternatives, like what can you do? And one of the things that got pitched was going and like eBaying one of those old PhysX cards. Do you remember those, Luke? Like BFG had like a PhysX card that you could install. I guess before the Nvidia acquisition, it would have been Egea PhysX card. Unfortunately, there's no drivers for those for modern operating systems that I'm aware of, and they're PCI cards. So you'd need a PCIe to PCI adapter, and you'd have to sort of hope that that would work. But I wouldn't have a lot of hope for it. What I think would be more likely is running an older NVIDIA card that does have modern support and pushing PhysX onto that. But I haven't actually investigated that yet. Luke, do you remember if there was an easy way to specifically allocate one of your NVIDIA GPUs to run PhysX? Because I thought there was. Do you remember the EVGA GTX 275 co-op?
Yeah. And I remember people running dedicated PhysX cards, so that must have been a thing.
Yeah, this one. Okay, so this one had two GPUs on it. It had a 275, a GTX 275, and then it had a special like second. Yeah, there it is. It also had a GTS 250 that was supposed to be dedicated to PhysX. MDOS says there was a Reddit post on r/LTT that showed a comparison that showed that. Okay, yeah, so hopefully that will help. The old page is still up on as a tutorial. Yeah, here we go. Noki just posted this. Awesome. To use a PhysX GPU accelerator on multi-GPU systems. Okay, so if that works, then I guess that helps a little bit, but I also just have to question, like, how much die area did NVIDIA actually save? Rysaw, speaking of shouting into the void, yes, I see you. NVIDIA confirms rare RTX 5090 and 5070 Ti manufacturing issue where some of the ROPs are just like gone. Yeah. Average graphical performance impact is 4%. Affected consumers can contact the board manufacturer for replacement. It seems to me that the board manufacturer should probably contact the customers.
Definitely be doing the reach out, not the other way around. Yeah, that's really silly.
Okay. Ugh. Man, could this launch go worse? Like, at this point?
Probably. More of them could catch on fire.
Oh, we've got a fix for that, by the way.
Yeah, I was hoping you'd lean into that. I'll be right back.
I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. All right.
If you want to do a topic really quick, I'll be right back.
Do we have any topics? Sure, let me look.
So I'm not going to get into too much detail about this. Yeah,
you can't spoil everything. I'm surprised you have...
But after speaking with Lucas from the labs, I was told that idea that I had last week, where NVIDIA could fix their issue with the weak connection in their 12-volt 2x6 power connector. They could fix that by just using like an XT60 or an XT90 connector like we use on RC cars. Lucas from the lab informed me that's silly, Linus. The XT90 is only rated for 40 amps. Of continuous power. So if you wanted to power an RTX 5090 with an XT series connector, you'd need an XT120, not an XT90, you silly goose.
We had a bit of a conversation about it. He wanted to sanity check it. I said send it. I'm excited to see that video.
Yeah, so that'll be a video. That'll involve some... I'm not going to spoil anything about anything, but That's a thing that exists right now. That was not mocked up. That was not fake. That was an XT120
I'm so proud.
on an RTX 5090.
I'm so proud of you, Linus.